Hey Mitch.
How's it going?
It's going all right, man.
Hey, I just got informed that we have a whole bunch of questions that I didn't know anything about. So if you've been waiting for me to answer your questions, this might be a good time to listen up because I might be answering your question. How many questions do we have?
We have a lot. like about 25, 28, something like that. There's a few questions, man. Well, people are interested. Every time you're on the yeah. Every time you're on the camera, man, everybody wants to. That's what's popular. They want to hear from you, man. So.
These are some good questions. All right.
And not all of them are from me. Yeah, here's one that I got from a gentleman named Roberto.
Roberto. Where's
Yeah.
Roberto from?
He said he's from the East Coast. He didn't say exactly where, but he's from the East Coast. So.
Looks like Philadelphia, maybe. Roberto from Philadelphia. What's the question?
Right there.
Oh, okay. Do you need to go down and get a DBA from your local government office? Is that the first thing you need to do? You can.
What is it?
A DBA stands for doing business as. Now you go down and register your name so people can't steal your name, I guess, but it's really kind of, I'm not an expert in trademarking or anything like that. Normally what I do is I make my name, my website name, MitchBuysHouses.com or MitchSellsHouses.com. That's my buying site, my selling site. And if they want to spread that all over the world, I don't care because it's all going to my website. So if you make your name a .com or a .net, then you kind of hope people steal your name and start using it because you're going to get all their business. So it'll all be going to your website. So that's how I solve that problem. If you're going to form a corporation or an LLC, then that'll do the trick. But sometimes you have corporations like, Freedom Inc. Well, that doesn't say anything about what you do, but it's just a corporation. And then you can have lots of businesses underneath that corporation that have DBAs or doing business as, like Freedom Inc. doing business as iBuyHouses.com. Freedom Inc. doing business as WestSellsHouses.com. Doing business as West's Mini Storages. Doing business as, and so you can have all these different names and all these different bank accounts, but they're all under one main mother corporation. My suggestion is to get an LLC or a corporation when you're really serious about the business and you're going to make some money. But until then, use a name that's a .com or a .net. Who's going to want to steal that? And by virtue of you getting that name, you've registered it with somebody, GoDaddy or whoever.
Yeah, so it exists.
So it exists. It's yours. They can't really take it.
Right.
If they take it, they're funneling business into your website.
Yeah, so who cares?
Yeah. Then you asked a question about here about doing rehabs in the snow. And I'm really unqualified to talk about that. Come on down here and I'll show you how to do business in 103 heat. Or maybe rain for the last 60 days, but yeah, bad weather is going to slow you down. I don't know if they have ways to deal with snow. They put heaters in or dehumidifiers or whatever. I know around here, when it's raining, you can't put up sheetrock and texture because it'll just slide right off
Set off the wall.
All right, what's the next question? We have to roll pretty
All
fast.
right, this one's from Danny, and he's in Dallas. And his question is, how do you find properties?
How do I find property?
Yeah.
That's like a 3-day seminar. I'll give you a few short things, but this is what wealthaddress.com is all about. It's to kind of narrow down your niche and then go to the success store online there, and there's products. Someone has got a course back there, I'm sure, that talks for 3 days about how to find houses. I mean, it is literally a huge subject. You can find them foreclosure, pre-foreclosure, tax sales, bank REOs, which stands for real estate owned, banks that have taken back property, the divorce session, attorneys, death or inheritance, nuisance and abatement, abandoned houses, nuisance and abatements like houses where no one's mowed the yard and the grass is 5 miles high. Go down, the city's issuing tickets to those people, and the city's mowing their lawn for them and sending them a big bill every month. Go find out who's on the nuisance and abatement list and try to find the owner of that house. Abandoned houses. Go to wealthaddress.com and search the articles by Mitch, Stephen, me, and read Finding the Owner of Abandoned Houses. There's a real simple way to do it. The most profitable, most inexpensive way to find houses is this right here. I buy houses and your phone number. This costs 75 cents. Cut it in half, it costs you 37.5 cents, This is the cheapest thing. I've bought more houses in my life off this than anything I've ever done. And for those of you who don't know, I'll say it again. I've bought over 1,000 houses since '96. I'm probably well over 1,000, I don't know, but who's keeping track?
When it gets to that.
Okay. There's letter campaigns, there's partnering, there's networking at the local real estate club. I mean, this could go on forever. I have 80 ways that I listed one time to find houses. And you want to put that in the newsletter?
I'd love to, yeah.
Okay, we're going to put it in the newsletter, so make sure you sign up and get in the newsletter, and we'll call it 80 Ways to Find Houses. Okay?
All right.
Does that makes sense, right? I'm going to show you 80 ways to find houses. It's going to be called 80 Ways to Find Houses. I'm not going to go into detail about all that, because that would be a book, but I'll give you the 80 ways.
All right.
What's the next question?
All right. You want to